If only One Piece could share like 5% of its popularity, or like 0.1%. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 anime that surprisingly bombed hard. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at highly rated shows that crashed and burned. The focus will be on actual sales figures and not the quality of the anime. Some of these are good, we know. Number 10, Neuro, Supernatural Detective.
謎の気配が濃くなった。もうすぐここで事件が起きる。
Murder, mystery, and madhouse? Of course it failed. Desperate to catch her father's murderer, high school detective Yoko Katsuragi forms a pact with Neuro, a demon who loves nothing more than to Sherlock his way through a case. Each episode presented a new mystery for the duo to solve, while a larger narrative also played out in the background. Admittedly, the individual cases were too obvious to be interesting, but once the show started to focus on the entertaining main story, it really managed to pick up some tension. Then it ended with less than half of the manga covered. Well, at least we have season 348 of Case Closed to look forward to.
奴は爆弾をリセットしたはずだ。しもべ2号。貴様はここに残って爆弾の解除をしておけ。
Number 9, Thermae Romae. Some series are simply not designed to be successful. An adaptation of the hit manga by Mari Yamazaki, Thermae Romae ran for 3 episodes in January of 2012. Unlike some other shows, this time-traveling comedy about a Roman architect was not cut short due to poor reception, but instead was only created to fill up space until Black Rock Shooter started its 8-episode run. Although the Blu-ray did include 1 unaired episode, the anime was overshadowed by the release of a live-action adaptation a few months later, which ended up being the 2nd highest grossing domestic film in Japan for that year, so I guess Yamazaki's doing okay still. Number 8, The World God Only Knows.
That makes 10,000 heroines conquered. No dating sim can stand against me.
Enjoying your video game, Katsuragi?
With 3 seasons, it might seem strange to consider this harem a failure. Yet, here it is. Keima Katsuragi is the god of conquest, and there isn't a single 2-dimensional girl that can resist his charm and sophistication. After he accidentally makes a deal with a devil in a dress, Keima must learn to use his mad skills to capture the hearts of real girls.
You're telling me to conquer a real girl?
Well, just a little kiss will suffice.
Despite improving with each season, The World Only God Knows plummeted in sales, with the 3rd season making less than half the numbers that the first managed. As a result, the final arc of the manga never made it to screens.
So, what did you want me to do? Am I really supposed to listen to you sing?
Number 7, C, The Money of Soul and Possibility Control.
I don't understand. Don't you want money?
Of course I do, but I'm not willing to risk my future for it.
But you can afford to go to the party.
Series like Cowboy Bebop and Code Geass show that it's possible to make a successful anime that isn't based on a manga or novel. On the other hand, C, The Money of Soul and Possibility Control could have used a little help.
Did you need something?
Kind of.
Inspired by the aftermath of 2008's Great Recession, C combines battle anime cliches with complex themes dealing with financial insecurity and the economic state of Japan.
All I can do is try to control the profit-making balance between our reality and the financial district.
At just 11 episodes, the few interesting concepts introduced were not given enough time to be fleshed out properly, and a lot of questions remain unanswered. Despite re-releases, C sold less than 2,000 copies.
The Dow Jones has fallen a whopping 32%.
The Mumbai Sensex is down 48.
What's with the STI? Look how fast it's falling.
Number 6, WataMote. No matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm unpopular. Well, yeah, we really can't argue with that title, right? If there's one culture that anime loves to talk about, it's the otaku lifestyle. Based on a very successful and ongoing manga, WataMote follows a socially anxious girl in her quest for high school popularity. Although the anime received a generally positive amount of feedback, some critics took offense at the mean-spirited humiliations that were constantly thrown at the socially inept protagonist. Even a near-perfect opening song couldn't boost the poor DVD sales, so it's unlikely that Tomoko will ever be back for season 2. Number 5. Paranoia Agent. After writing and directing Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, and Tokyo Godfathers, legendary anime director Satoshi Kon found himself with a few leftover ideas and no movie to call home. Thus, Paranoia Agent was born, remaining the late Kon's only TV series. This surreal tale about a slew of seemingly random attacks perpetrated by a bat-wielding roller-skating elementary school boy initially sold less than 1,000 copies in Japan. Thanks to a run on Adult Swim, Paranoia Agent gained a smash cult following and earned itself a re-release, which unfortunately only performed slightly better. Number 4. Future Diary.
A future diary. Everything I've seen, no, everything I'm going to see is already here, recorded for posterity.
What? Really? How did a show that practically combines the likes of Death Note and Fate Zero somehow not make a ton of money? Yukiteru Amano is a loner who cannot get enough of his cell phone and is, oh yeah, friends with the god of space and time. After his phone is given the ability to predict the future, Yuki ends up in a death game with other diary holders, with the winner becoming God.
Hey, we're gonna survive this. She's not gonna get you, because I'm gonna get her.
How can she talk about taking a life like it's some random errand?
Despite the incredible amount of ambition in the concept, Future Diary failed to set the anime landscape on fire, resulting in less than 2,000 copies. In comparison, Death Note sold 15,000 and Fate Zero moved 50,000 copies.
Well done, boy. Very well done.
Number 3. The Tale of Princess Kaguya.
The young lady is awake. Good morning, milady.
Maybe this just seemed a little too Japanese for mainstream audiences. Produced by the legendary Studio Ghibli, The Tale of Princess Kaguya earned a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and even received an Oscar nod for Best Animated Feature before losing out to Big Hero 6. The gorgeous hand-drawn visuals brought to life Japan's famous folklore tale about a girl born from a bamboo stick and performed well enough in Japan.
Whomever can present me the real treasure, I will happily become that noble gentleman's real treasure.
Unfortunately, Princess Kaguya managed less than $2 million in its limited international release, making it one of the worst performing Studio Ghibli movies of all time. Number 2, The Big O.
You're a louse, Roger Smith.
Well, that's a first. I'm used to human women saying that to me.
Like all of the best robot shows, Sunrise's classic anime blossomed from a single dream: to sell a ton of toys. Initially, The Big O was set to have a 26-episode run, but ended up being cut in half after largely being ignored in Japan.
Big O!
Ending with a cliffhanger and seemingly destined to have fans screaming in frustration for eternity, this Batman-inspired detective series found a new lease on life on Cartoon Network's Toonami and earned a second season a few years later on the very same channel's Adult Swim block.
Hey, Schwarzwald! Here's an ending that doesn't appear in your prophecy!
Number 1, Baccano.
Very good, Carol. I see what you mean by main character-ish.
A groundbreaking anime, Baccano had the odds stacked against it in Japan. Airing on a pay-per-view channel late at night, the story mostly takes place during the Prohibition era in the United States, which is a rarity for the industry, to say the least. The entertaining but not linear story works fantastically as a whole, but would have been considerably harder to follow on a weekly basis.
You think I'm gonna listen to this garbage all day?
So, with poor ratings, only 16 episodes were ever made. Although the author, Ryogo Narita, managed to get a crossover hit with Durarara, we're still waiting for the anime adaptation of the remaining 15 Baccano novels.
But I'm sure we'll find time for each other later on.
Oh, you are so tough. You gonna cry now, kid?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.